Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. This is Living to Learn. I want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day, out of your busy life to watch this video. Now, before I get into it, I do want to share with you something that I typically share at the beginning of my videos. I want to share with you my social media handle, at Live to Learn Coaching. You can find me on TikTok. You can find me on Instagram. That's in the description of the video. At Live to Learn Coaching. Again, if you want to reach out to me, if you have any questions, if you want to send me some feedback, if you want me to cover a particular topic or subject, I'm happy to hear from you. That always means a lot to me. Even constructive criticism, I don't mind. Don't be disrespectful or you will get ignored. But other than that, please, I want to hear some feedback, okay? The other thing, too, in the description of the video is 3 opportunities to donate financially, to invest financially, as I like to look at it, in my channel, in what I'm doing. If you believe strongly enough in what I do on this channel and the content that I bring on a weekly basis, your financial support means a lot. It's not something that you have to do, but it is an option. And there's 3 opportunities to do so in the description of my video and on most of my previous videos as well. So for those of you that are new to my channel, thanks so much for stopping by. I hope that you'll be able to take something great away from this video and all of my other videos as well. And if you have not, at the very least, please subscribe to my channel. Please share these videos with someone that you think would benefit from them. And again, leave me comments. Let me know if you liked it. I'd love to hear from you. So with that being said, let's get into the video today. Now, I've been going through a number of different series, right? Series is, I don't know if it's series is or series, over the last few weeks. I definitely want to get back into that routine. But today's video, I just wanted to take a step back, take a break from that for a minute, and just kind of talk to you, kind of share with you a little bit about me, a little bit of personal information regarding myself, my motivation, what is my philosophy in coaching, what do I bring to the table what am I trying to bring to the table as a life coach, right? Someone who's been working on this for the last 2.5 years, somebody who has, I would say, maybe later on in life kind of figured out what they wanted to do. Now, there is no time limit on that. I'm a big supporter of that. I think that there's always an opportunity to unlearn some things and relearn some things. There's always an opportunity to change the way that we see the world. And with that comes new opportunities. And I don't think there's an age limit to that. But for the longest time, I'm 43 years old. I didn't know what I wanted to do. From high school, getting out of high school, I thought there was a number of different directions that I wanted to go. There was a lot of different things that I kind of messed with, wanted to try out. Nothing ever really seemed to fit, but I've always had this ability to help other people. I've been someone that people come to for advice. I've been someone that people confide in, and I've always been able to kind of help people out. Now, I say this not because I'm better than anyone, right? I don't want this to come off as being arrogant, but I do want it to come off as being confident. And you have to understand, this is something that took me a long time to understand and really be able to take a step back and to say those types of things about myself and to be able to just acknowledge the fact that I have a gift, I have a skill set, and I have an ability to see some things differently than other people can. And I believe the same thing about you. I think the same about you. We're human beings. We all struggle. We've all felt some pain. We've all felt some disappointment. Most of us have really dealt with a lot of similar things along our path in life. So today I want to share with you two ways that I come to help, right? 2 things that I can help you with. And that is transparency and empathy. And let me give you a little backstory into why I chose those 2 words, transparency and empathy. Where did I get that from? Well, I got to spend, I think it was in 2017, I got to spend a spring semester at a small private college in La Puente, California. It's called LABI, traditionally Latin American Bible Institute, now known as LABI College. I was invited to teach a course as an adjunct professor, as you would say, not a tenured professor. That was first class I taught and the last class I've taught since, right? So I don't know how well I did, But it was on an introductory leadership course, and it was really intriguing. And of course, yeah, I was nervous. I didn't really know how well I would do, but I took it on, and I'm glad that I did. I'm glad that I did because it was a great experience. It taught me a lot about what it means to manage and lead a classroom of students, which is not something that's easy, and it's not something that everyone is naturally gifted at. I don't think I have a natural. I think I have a natural gift for speaking. I think I have a natural gift for sharing information. I don't know that I'm a natural classroom teacher. And again, that's just a self-critique. I think there was definitely, now that I look back, right, as we say, hindsight's 2020, there's a lot of things I could have done better. There's a lot of things I could have done differently. And now I know. And so if ever given the opportunity to get back in the classroom, I'm going to take that experience with me. So I'm really glad I did it. I don't regret it at all. I'm glad I did that. I met some great young students, some people that were fresh out of high school. Some of them I'm still in contact with today on social media. So shout out to all of you guys. And I did get some positive feedback from some of the students. I got some other types of feedback as well, right? That I sucked, or I just dropped the ball. Some of it could have been, just they're young, not wanting to take responsibility for some of the things they could have done better. But at the end of the day, I'm the professor. It's my job to teach, my job to make sure that they learn, that they get something out of this course. And I'd say that at the end of the day, I gave myself a fair grade. I did okay. Well, in that class, there was a textbook that we were assigned, and it was about leadership. And there was a section in there, it was a chapter about transformational leadership. And really just kind of an introductory explanation, breakdown of what does it mean to be a transformational leader? What does it mean to be a leader that, by your leadership skills, changes things in people, helps people adjust, helps people transform, right? This is something that's to me, it really attracted me, right? And there was two things in that book. There were two main, what do I say? How do I say this? There were two main characteristics of a transformational leader. I've never forgotten this since. Empathy and transparency. Two main components, main characteristics of a transformational leader. And this is what I bring. This is how I can help you. How can I help you through transparency? One time I was at a meeting, and it was within a circle that I'm no longer a part of, and it was a gathering of leaders. And I remember sitting at the table with two other gentlemen, and it was kind of like a workshop type of environment. So we had somebody who was guiding the discussions, and what they did was they gave each table, right, each of us that were sitting at the table, they gave us a question, like basically what the question was to kind of open up and share some things about ourselves that maybe we're struggling with, or we're kind of coming up short on. And I know that can be uncomfortable for a lot of people. Now, I grew up in the church, and one thing I can say about the church is the church, at least in my experience, there was always there was always groups residing within the church that I found there where I could be open and honest. And I think that's powerful. And you can find that outside of the church, of course, but those are things that when I think of the positives of church, when I think of the positives of religion and what my religious upbringing, what I got out of it, that's one of those. So here we are, we're at this table, and I'm sitting with these gentlemen, and I went first, and again, I'm not trying to make myself the cool hero of the story, but I went first, and I just kind of shared with these gentlemen. I don't even remember what I said exactly, and was just honest, was open, and just said, hey, this is where I just need to get better here. And then it was another gentleman's time to go, and this is something that I'll never forget, because I remember this. I know this individual. I'm never going to say their name. I'm never going to say who it is. I don't need to do that. I'm not, the point is not to put them on blast, but I'm going to use what they did as an example regarding transparency. When it came time for them to share with myself and the other gentleman, they were pretty, let me just say this, they were pretty dishonest. They were pretty, is it disingenuous? Is that the word? They were pretty inauthentic. And again, I get it. I get it. Some of us, depending on how we were raised, we sometimes admitting things and being open about things can bring shame. And it can trigger some subconscious reaction that we don't want to be made a fool of. Right? So I understand why that gentleman did that, but it also negatively impacted me and how I saw this individual. Because I thought, man, if you cannot just keep it real, if you cannot just be authentic, like, I don't know how much capacity I would ever have to work alongside you, to really trust you. And so and again, not to say this person was untrustworthy. No, it's probably an awesome individual. Whatever they do, they're probably great at it. Nothing about the person. But what that did for me was that made me really want to emphasize the value of being transparent. So one way that I can help you is by being transparent. I'm never going to be inauthentic to the best of my abilities. Am I going to sit there and air out all my dirty laundry? Absolutely not. Although there is a time and place for that. But you can ask me, and I'm going to share with you. I'm going to share with you things that I did wrong. I'm going to share with you mistakes that I've made, that I still make, because I'm just a human like you. So I'm going to be transparent. The second thing that I'm going to use to help you, the second way that I can help you is through empathy. And when I think of empathy, I think of someone who's just willing to get on another human being's level. Meet them right where they're at. Not judge. Not look down on them. Not act like I'm better than them. Because let me tell you something. Even if I'm better in a certain area, you better believe, as a man, as a human being, there are other areas in my life where I'm not as good. Where I'm probably terrible. And really need a lot of work. Really need a lot of help in that. So that humility, right? Being confident in myself, but being humble enough to understand that there's a lot for me to learn. I'm living to learn. I can continue to learn if I choose to until I'm gone. That's how much there is to learn. So with that, I bring empathy to the table. I want to be able to get on people's level. I want to be able to meet people where they're at. I don't want people to look at me as, hey, this guy, he's this coach, and he's an intelligent individual. Yes, I am. Yes, I am an intelligent individual. Yes, I am a gifted individual. I'm also an individual. I'm a human being. Because I could say the same things about you. Yes, you are an intelligent individual. Yes, you are a gifted individual. But you might even argue with me and say, no, but what about this, and that? Because that's just what we do, right? So that's another way that I want to help. That's another way that I can help you, is with empathy. Getting on your level, meeting you where you're at. And let's rise up from there. Let's start there and let's go higher. That's how I see it as a life coach. That, to me, that's going to be success. Is it always going to happen? Of course not. But that's what I'm bringing. That's who I am. That's how I'm coming to meet you at the table. That, like they say, what do you bring to the table? I'm bringing those two things. Transparency and empathy. Those are values I hold closely. And those are values that are important to me, not only as an individual, but as a coach, as someone who wants to help others. So with that being said, I hope that you've enjoyed this video. I hope you can take something away from it. And I hope you'll share it with someone who you think might benefit from it as well. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.